Guys, join me as we visit the Church of Nativity in Bethlehem. Its location is 10 kilometers south of Jerusalem. And why is this church important? It is supposed to be the birthplace of Jesus Christ. Cheers. It was almost closing time, so we were rushing to the church with Ziad, our taxi driver. Ziad, my taxi driver, recommended Stars and Bucks in Bethlehem. Some good coffee. So guys, if you're in Bethlehem, don't look for Starbucks, but go to the Stars and Bucks cafe as recommended by Ziad. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
The Church of Nativity is the oldest Christian church in the Holy Land, if not the world. This is because when the Persians invaded Palestine, they did not destroy this church. When the Persians invaded Palestine, they destroyed the Church of Holy Sepulchre, located at the site where Jesus was crucified and buried. But they did not destroy this church because they saw a mosaic of the Magi, or three wise men draped in Persian clothing, which included trousers, capes and caps. Hence they left this church alone. Name?
Abdullah.
According to Abdullah, the Church of the Nativity is run by three denominations: the Armenian Church, the Greek Orthodox Church and the Catholic Church. The Armenian Church separated from the Catholic Church in the year 451 AD because they believed that Jesus Christ was one incarnate nature, where both divine and human nature are united. On the other hand, the Catholics believe that Jesus Christ has two natures, divine and human. That is the difference. And of course, the Armenians have their own leader, the Catholicos, whereas the Catholic Church leader is the Pope. The building on the right is Armenian. This portion is run by the Greek Orthodox Church, and at the left there is the Catholic Church. Good job, lucky.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to close already.
Okay, I will show you the church,
Inside,
everything, and the cave where Jesus was born, the man Christus.
How much is church?
Here.
How much?
Four? Four? In dollar or shekel?
Dollar.
Dollar, $50.
Hey, yo, so much
No, it's not so much. Here, the church will close.
$10 each lah, 40 lah.
Okay, compromise, $20. Yeah, let's go.
$20 what? All.
Oh,
Okay. Good job, man. You.
Yeah.
What's?
Saya mau berbisyarat bahasa ini. Ini pintu masuk.
Ini pintu masuk.
Yeah.
Okay.
We call it humility door. 4 مليون.
Okay. He wants to show off his bahasa lah. This church was first built by Emperor Constantine on a site identified by his mother Empress Helena in the 4th century. But this church was destroyed by Samaritans in the 6th century.
I was born the cave. We will come back and I will give you some information about the church.
Good job.
The column, mosaic, the photo.
Okay, good.
You know?
Emperor Justinian rebuilt this church in the 6th century. So guys, now Abdullah is taking us to the Grotto of Nativity where Jesus was born. This part of the church is administered by the Greek Orthodox denomination. So according to Abdullah, our tourist guide, we have to go down to the grotto here to see the birthplace of Jesus. You can see that the members of the tour group here are lining up one by one to kiss the spot where Jesus was born.
The manger over there. The manger over there.
Jesus born the star here, and that's the manger. The star there, see the star there?
Star here where Jesus was born.
That's the manger. And the manger is here. Interestingly, I must have looked like a Palestinian, and I was asked questions from other tourists regarding the sites here.
The manger.
Manger is where the stable where he was born.
The stable.
This is a stable, and the exact spot is the star there. And then they built a church over this. The exact spot is born.
This is the stable.
The stable.
But he was born
The
there.
exact spot is the star. Video. Come in. I managed to get a video shot of Shanti and Jayanti both taking turns to kiss the spot where Jesus was born. The exact spot where Jesus was born is marked beneath this altar by a 14-pointed silver star with a Latin inscription, "Here Jesus Christ was born to the Virgin Mary." It was installed in the year 1717. Around the star there are 15 silver lamps, 6 belonging to the Greek Orthodox, 4 to the Catholics and 5 to the Armenian Apostolic Church. The altar of Nativity above the star is maintained by the Armenian Apostolic and the Greek Orthodox Church. The significance of the 14 points on the star is to represent the 3 sets of 14 generations in the genealogy of Jesus Christ. The first 14 from Abraham to David, the second 14 from David to the Babylonian captivity, and then 14 more to Jesus Christ. The 14 points on the star also represents the 14 stations of the way of the cross. The grotto of the manger is under the supervision of the Roman Catholics, which includes the altar of the Magi located opposite the manger site. This is the altar of the Magi or the 3 wise men opposite the manger. As you exit the grotto of the Nativity from the opposite side, you arrive at the chapel run by the Armenian Apostolic Church. This is the Armenian Apostolic Chapel here. Okay. There was a strong smell of kerosene in the air. Our guide said this was used to clean the floor of the church.
This smell
Yeah.
is like
They use it for
to clean the floor, you know. Yeah. Here is the original floor. It's back to the Byzantine period.
Byzantine
Yeah, the columns and the mosaic.
So what Abdullah was saying was that the mosaic shown here dates to the Byzantine period when Emperor Constantine built this church in the 4th century.
And the photo on the wall, it's back to the Crusader period.
Crusader.
Justinian time.
And what Abdullah is saying here is that all these mosaics seen here were done during the 12th century by the Crusaders when they ruled Jerusalem. You can see the main altar of the church, which consists of a raised chancel. This chancel is closed by an apse, a semicircular recess in a church. Our guide is telling us that this church is administered by 3 denominations: the Catholics, the Armenian Apostolic and the Greek Orthodox. He is now taking us to the Catholic section of the church. We are now walking through the cloisters of the Church of St. Catherine. It is both a Catholic church and a Franciscan monastery. The Franciscans are a group of Mendicant religious order founded by St. Francis of Assisi.
And this guy, we call his name Jerome or Saint Jerome, who translates the Bible, New Testament, Old Testament from Greek, Armenian, another language to teach the people about the Bible. And he spent 40 years to finish his job. He lived down this chair. There is some small care, and he put his leg on the head over there. Finish my job like that.
So he put his leg where?
His leg. Did you see? He put his leg on the head
On the skull.
because he want to remember always about the life and the end of the life
Okay.
and about his job.
So why is Saint Jerome stepping on the skull? It is a memento mori, a reminder of imminent death, as the saint points to a human skull to recall the human condition of mortality. This church is under the administration of the Latin Patriarchate or Bishop of Jerusalem, which is officially seated at the Church of Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. The Latin Patriarchate of Jerusalem celebrates Midnight Mass here on Christmas Eve every year. So guys, when you see the live telecast of the Midnight Mass on Christmas Eve, it's actually from this church here, St. Catherine Church in Bethlehem. The stairs here lead to a grotto downstairs with a series of caverns. It is said that Saint Jerome translated the Bible from Aramaic and Greek into Latin here. At this altar over here, you can see a relic from the original manger of Jesus kept here. This is because the original manger has been moved to Rome, Italy.
And this church is very old, you know. But
How old is it?
this one is way back to.
This church was built in the 19th century over the ruins of a 4th century monastery. And the church was built on the site of Jesus appearing to Saint Catherine of Alexandria.
Big ark. The ark.
Huh?
Ballon. It's back to the Byzantine period. And the middle one, did you see the middle
This
one?
middle one,
It's back to the Crusader period. And the small door we call it humility door, and it's back to the Ottoman period.
You can see that the mosaic on the facade of the church have all long gone due to wear and tear. Emperor Justinian's church had the massive entrance. In fact, the horizontal beam marking the doorway to the entrance of the church can still be seen here. In the 12th century, the Crusaders renovated the church and made the entrance to the church even smaller. In the 16th century, when the Ottomans conquered Palestine, they reduced the size of the entrance to the small diminutive door, known nowadays as the Door of Humility, since visitors are forced to bend down to go through it. So that's a mosque, eh?
Monk, church and mosque.
This mosque, called the Omar Mosque, was built in the 1860 on land given by the Jerusalem's Greek Orthodox Church. Caliph Omar issued an order in the 7th century protecting all Christians in their shrines in Bethlehem. Hence, this mosque was named after him. The square here is called Manger Square. It's where crowds gather to sing Christmas carols before the midnight mass on Christmas Eve, every year. So guys, I hope you enjoyed a short visit to the Church of Nativity, the birthplace of Jesus. Cheers! Come, JT, stand there. Just post. It's a video, just post. They do some action like dancing.
You come and take for us one picture.